I feel weird on camera because, is this crooked? Probably. Like, welcome to my life. Everything's just constantly fucked all the time. Oh, I've been blessed by the universe. Yes, I have. Hello. I feel awkward. I feel awkward. I haven't been on camera in a while. And I am taking time off from social media. I made a post about it the other day on Instagram, but I then deleted it because sometimes I do that. I post things and then delete them. I don't know. Didn't look good on the Instagram feed, I guess. Yeah, so I'm not well currently. I'm not gonna elaborate on that, but I've just, yeah, I need some time off, and yeah, but I want to bring content still, even though I'm trying to stay off socials. YouTube's a little bit different. Like, you just get to film a video and upload it, and yeah, I don't need to be like active much. So yes, I wanted to jump on camera and talk about spooky season books. I told you guys in my last video that I wanted to do more of them and really dedicate this month to the spooky season. Even though spooky season isn't really a thing here in Australia, I'm still going to embrace it as much as I can. Also, I wanted to let you guys know that I have new hoodies, and these ones are my favorite ones I have made this far. So they say "Sick Twisted Bitch," and they've got butterflies on them, and I honestly am obsessed. It comes in white. I'll link it down below. It's honestly my favorite hoodie I've made. You're my sick twisted bitches, you know what I mean? Like, that is what I call you guys, my ride or die followers who love all my book suggestions no matter how sick and twisted they are. And I designed butterflies because butterflies are cute. And also in 2020, when my YouTube channel took off, I used to say that these books would give me vagina flutters, and I used to say it all the time. So the butterfly is to represent vagina flutters. I would highly suggest you pick this up if you want to be a twin like me. Take some photos on Instagram and tag me once you do get them. And if you can't afford to buy them, I totally understand, but if you can and you want to support a sister, I would greatly appreciate it right now because I'm not working, so I need every cent to save my ass right now financially. So yeah, links down below. All right, let's get into the spooky season recommendations. And I'm sorry if I'm a little bit flat and a little bit off today, but we got to keep on keeping on. Over the past like 2 months, I've really struggled with reading, and I think a lot of that has to do, what am I sitting on? Oh, my plant's dying, so I've got leaves on the ground. Anyway, I've been struggling reading, and I think a lot of that has to do with what I'm currently going through. I definitely think that. And I've just noticed, like, normal, contemporary, like, new adult romances, they're not really doing it for me. So I've been reading, like, supernatural stuff, you know, spooky season shit, and it's honestly been so good. Like, I'm now obsessed, and I'm on the hunt to find the best vampire, best witchy romances ever. I don't care if it's monsters or what, man. Like, give it to me. So if you have any suggestions after this video, make sure you link them down below. Like, let me know. But honestly, I just love dark monster shit. Like, I love vampires so much. I've been such a vampire whore my entire life. Like, Edward Cullen was my husband. We divorced a long time ago, but he was my husband. And even when I was a fucking kid, I was obsessed with Buffy. Like, Spike was my fucking favorite. Charmed was my favorite, like, witch show. I was in love with Cole. Like, I've always loved demon, dark, bad boy, bad men characters. So I'm really taking it back to my roots. I may look like, you know, very feminine, but I love, like, gothic shit. Like, you have no idea. Like, that is actually my heart. If you were to tear my body open, my heart would be black, and it would be beating for monsters, demons, and the occult. Like, literally, I am a witchy bitch at heart. Like, I am such a... I'm surprised I'm not a goth. Like, I don't dress like that. I could never pull it off. I do like it, though, like the aesthetic of it. I personally just can't pull it off. But yes, I look like this, but I love that shit. Anyway, the point of this video is gothic season romances, and I found some fucking bangers, baby. Some that I am so obsessed with. There's a specific duet well, it's a duet, but it's going to turn into a series that I'm going to recommend in this video today that I low-key am obsessed with. Like, I've been dreaming about it, I've been thinking about it, I can't get enough of it. It left me in such a great book hangover and I did not expect it. Okay, so the first book I'm going to recommend, hands down, is one of my top favorite reads this year. I loved this book so much, and this is Gothicana. I always want to say Gothicana by 𝐒𝐿𝐒. She's brilliant. I love her. We chat a little bit on Instagram sometimes, and yeah, I just really love her. But I have had this book recommended to me so many times, but I was really hesitant to read it because I don't read third person. I really cannot get into third person, like third person point of view. I can't do it. I don't know what it is. So I was hesitant and I really put off reading this, and then I opened it up and I was like, all right, let's do this, bitch. Okay, it's spooky season. Everyone's told me I need to read this, and it fucked me up. This was brilliant. I loved this book so much. Something so fucking different for me. And I have said this a million times, but I love witches, man. And I love tarots. I read my own tarots. I collect tarots. I've read my own tarots since I was a very young teen. I'm into crystals. I've got crystals all around my house. I wear them a lot of the time. I've been involved in that type of stuff way before social media even was a fucking thing. Very spiritual like that. Like, don't fuck with me or I'll get my crystals out. It's just, yeah, it's my personal thing, baby. I love it. So to have a book that features a heroine who's a witch, who reads tarot, and it's all into crystal voodoo fucking weird shit, instantly sold. Like, I was instantly like, yes, bitch, I am home. This is where I'm meant to be at. And it's also like very gothic, like the aesthetic. What's it called again? There's a particular name for it. I can't remember what it's called now. But yeah, it's like very gothic, very dark. Oh, so it's about this girl who was raised by her mum. Her mum was a little bit strange and different, and she's a witch. She ends up going to this boarding school that's like a castle, bitch. It's like this, it's like a castle. It's like this fucking, it's like a gothic castle, like a fucking church or some shit. Like, it's so incredible. And she's starting a new stage in her life, and she's super excited to go and start fresh and new, where no one knows who she is and where she doesn't get branded as a witch or like outcast because people think she's a witch. And she ends up becoming extremely attracted to her professor. Now, this motherfucker, okay, he ticks all the right boxes, baby. He is delicious on another level. Like, he is my book boyfriend. Like, a book husband, I don't know, but we've got to link up, you know what I mean? Like, I've got to get with him. Like, what the fuck? I need to have a man in my life like this. I do have a man in my life, but he's not this one. Imagine if we could have more than one boyfriend. You know, in my astrological birth chart, yeah, and anything to do with me as a human and like my human design and shit like that, everything says that I'm meant to have an unconventional relationship. I wonder if I'm meant to be in like a polyamorous relationship. I couldn't do it with other women, but I could do it with other men. And I just sometimes wonder. My partner would not be open to that. He would not be like, okay, yeah, have like 3 boyfriends and a husband. You know, why not? You know, why the fuck not? If it works for you. Anyway, I'm going off topic now. Yes, so this motherfucker is so steamy. It's just like incredible, and there's so much mystery behind him. He's a bad guy. He's nicknamed the devil, for fuck's sake, and he is just like negative energy wrapped in a human. Of course, I'm drawn to that. That's who I am at heart. I want to come and fix you and be with you and love the demon within you, honey. That's who I am. This book just has the best spooky vibes. Like, there's so much mystery and there's so much like paranormal activity going on at this boarding school. It's incredible, and even if you don't like third person, I highly suggest you read this and give it a go, because I don't like third person, and I struggled a little bit up until 20%, but then it just changed. The whole book, the scenes of the book, how it's set, where it's set, the whole vibe, it needed to be written in third person. I feel like if this was written in first person, like first point of view, it would not it would not have the same vibe. I believe that this book has the vibe it has, not only because of the writing and all that and the plot, but because it was written in third person. 5 out of 5 stars. Fucking incredible. So good. Oh, honey bunny. Oh, honey bunnies. This book, this duet, I read it in 2 days. I haven't read a book back to back in like a 2-day time frame in months. It's been months. Usually it takes me about a week to read one book. It's been like that for a while. I'm lucky to get like 2 books in 1 week. But this, I read them back to back. So fucking good. Now, I've mentioned Karina Halley before as an author. Every time I read something from her, it's so good. But I don't particularly go straight to her books all the time, and I don't know why. Now I want her whole fucking backlist. I want every book she's ever fucking written. Black Sunshine. I did not think I was going to love this as much as I did, because I'm very hesitant going into vampire romances. Yes, it's a vampire romance. Because of Vampire Diaries. I'm a huge fan of Vampire Diaries. I've watched it countless of times, like so many times. And I feel like a lot of people wrote a lot of romances that were similar to Vampire Diaries, like the TV show, or like kind of got inspired by it, which is normal and that's totally fine. But because I'm such a hardcore lover of Vampire Diaries and Twilight as well, it's hard for me to read any vampire stuff. This though, fuck, so good. Oh, 10 out of 5 stars, baby. This is such a good fucking read. So it's about this girl who's 21. She lives in San Francisco. First off, there's so much cool shit to do with San Francisco in this book. You'll read it once you get there, but like the whole fucking vibe, oh, it's so good, bitch. It's so fucking good. Anyway, it's about this 21-year-old girl. She lives in San Francisco. She literally feels like people are watching her and someone's following her. She ends up getting kidnapped by this dude. She's human, by this dude who's a vampire, and she ends up finding out all this stuff, this fucking crazy shit. So creative, so epic. I was in love with this story. I was in love with their romance. He is just divine. He is evil as fuck. He is a demon, but he's like an anti-hero, man. Like he's scary. He knows that he's fucked up. He's the beast, you know what I mean? He's a fucking vampire. But he has a pure fucking heart. He has a heart. And you just want to love it. You just want to fucking love it. There's just so much shit in this book. So you've got Black Sunshine, which is the first book. And then Love is the Blood, or Blood is the Love, which is the second book. Now, there is going to be a third book to do with 2 of the characters that you meet in these 2 books. And I cannot wait. It actually gets released at the end of this month. But both of these books are phenomenal. It only gets even better and more crazier in the second book. And it's just like so many vibes. Dracula is in this book, baby. You meet Dracula, like the real original Dracula. Like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, oh, there's just something about 300-year-old fucking vampires, or longer, you know, 400, fucking 1,000. I don't know. I'm in it, baby. I'm fucking in it. If vampires were real, I'd be there. I'd be there. I'd be hanging out with them. I've always wanted to be a vampire. I've always wanted immortality. Don't worry. I'm not going to start a seance and welcome the devil into my house to give me immortality. I'm not going to sell my soul. Don't worry about it. But, fuck. It's tempting. It's fucking tempting. I would love to live forever. Could you imagine? Could you imagine? I know vampires aren't real. But in my heart, I'm like, oh, well, you never fucking know. Okay? You never fucking know. I don't think the immortality thing would be real. But, you know, I believe in a lot of strange things, you know. I believe in a lot of things. So anyway, amazing. Oh, so fucking good. And now I'm like on a vampire kick. Like I'm on it. Like I'm already reading more vampire stuff. I've already got another series I want to recommend that I'm reading right now that is fucking wild and so good. But yes, I loved this so much. Oh, so good. So these next recommendations are not paranormal or fantasy or anything like that. They're just dark romances, but they're super dark and they have an aesthetic and a vibe that is definitely suited for spooky season. So first off, I want to talk about the Midnight Mayhem series by Amo Jones, which I think is one of her most underrated series she's ever written. Like, everyone talks about the 𝐒𝐿𝐾 Club, and I do too, but I prefer Midnight Mayhem better because I think it's so fucking cool. It's so fucking cool. In Silence, She Screams is the one that she's currently writing right now, which will be released quite soon. I doubt that it'll be this month, honestly, but it's coming very, very soon. So Midnight Mayhem is a series to do with a sex circus. Think a cult and kind of like secret society mixed in with a sex circus. American Horror Story freak show, but make it sexy. It's like that, but like not fucked up. It's sexual as hell. So the first book we have is In Peace Lies Havoc. It's about this girl who ends up getting kidnapped, and she's forced to perform and work in this sex circus. There's a lot of twists and turns because it's Amo Jones. She writes the best alpha males, and this one in this book, he definitely is top tier. Like, he's really, really good. I loved this so much. And especially like the performance, like the scenes where they're performing at the circus, the details, they're so intricate and they're so like, I don't know, they're so visual. You feel like you're actually there and you can see what's happening in your head when you're reading it. It's so good. And then the second book you've got is, I'm looking at it on my bookshelf, In Fury Lies Mischief. So this is the second book in the series, and this is a companion novel series. So this is about a different couple, equally as good as the first. There's no doubt the third book will be even better than this one. It's about characters that you meet in the first book. It's so good. I always suggest with Amo's books to go in blind or into the series or book as blind as possible, because then you get the shock factor, you get the real experience of reading Amo's work. This is so underrated. People read the 𝐒𝐿𝐾 Club, get confused, and then don't read the rest of her books. Read this. Honestly, read this. It's so, so good. I also want to mention the Unslanted series by 𝐂𝐈𝐍𝐊𝐒, because this is a very, very, very dark romance, and it is kind of situated around Halloween and like a secret society, and I just find this series really good. Really dark though, like don't take my words lightly when I say something's really dark. Like, it's really dark, baby. So the first book you got is Monstrous Ties. Then we've got Pray for Scars. Then we have Cruelest Chaos, is that what it is? And then we have Boy of Ruin. So this is kind of like a companion novel series. So the first book, you meet Sid and Lucifer and their love story blossoms. I wouldn't even say blossoms, because it's fucking doomed, but it's so good. It's so dark though. She's ready, Sid's out on Halloween. She's ready to commit suicide. She's outie, man. She's like, bitch, I'm fucking out of here. And then she bumps into Lucifer. This book is about Sid and Lucifer, same with the second one. And then we've got Maverick, which is the third book. And then the fourth book is Jeremiah. And other characters as well. Again, I don't want to give anything away when it comes to these books, because I enjoy them better when I don't know what the fuck I'm reading. I don't want to know anything, otherwise I lose interest in a book if I know too much. But yeah, it's a warning. It's super, super dark. 𝐂𝐈𝐍 is known for her dark romances, and I really enjoyed this series. I really, really did, and I know a lot of people who did. And if you're someone that likes, I don't know, like Devil Knight series from Penelope Douglas, or like 𝐒𝐿𝐾 Club from Amo Jones. I'm trying to think of other people that write similar books. I don't know, if you're into that like whole dark romance, secret society, like really bad alpha men that are fucked up and you're like, what the fuck, you shouldn't be attracted to them, but you are, this is where it's at. And this one specifically because it's around like Halloween and it's like that time of year, okay? So that is it for my spooky season recommendations today. I've got more coming. I've got plenty more coming. I've got lists and lists in my phone of books that I have read recently, books I'm going to read, books that I've already read and I want to suggest for the season. So expect another one coming soon. If you guys have any suggestions for me to read, put them down in the comment box or send me a DM on Instagram. I am reading my Instagram DMs, but if I don't reply, just know I've got, you know, a fair few followers and it's hard to reply to everyone. I usually try to love heart every single one of them though, just so you know that I've read it and I appreciate you reaching out to me. Anyway, that's it for today. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, thumbs it up. It helps me out so much. Do not forget my hoodies, babe. If you can buy one, be twinsies with me, take some selfies for me so I can save them on my phone and have you in my merch. I honestly love this. I love it, and the quality. This hoodie feels like one of the best. Anyway, I'm out of here. I'm sorry for my weird behavior. But be patient with me, baby, and I'll be back to normal soon, hopefully. But yeah, I hope you have a wonderful day wherever you are, and I'm seeing you in my next video. Bye.